Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am going to be doing the National League North, and I'm not going to lie, I haven't got a clue about anyone in this table. I don't know how good anyone is, I don't know how bad anyone is. So in my predictions are completely off. I apologise in advance. I've got no idea who the good teams are, I've got no idea who the bad teams are. I know Chorley and Fylde were recently in the National League. York were in there a few years ago. I think Brackley have done quite well in recent years, but I don't really know how good anyone is, so forgive me if I don't really get good predictions or whatever. Anyway, let's get into it. We have 42 fixtures to get through. Into game 1, starting from now, it is Thursday the 5th of August, so starting a week on Saturday in 9 days. We have Blyth Spartans versus Alfreton, so we're going to go with a 0-0 draw and a 2-0 win for Spennymoor. 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, and 3-0. Like I say, I have absolutely no idea who's good and who isn't good in this league, so please don't be mad at me in the comments. Into game week 2, I have Fylde versus Boston United. We're going to go 1-1 and 1-1 and 1-0 and 1-2, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-2, 2-0 and 0-0. I know in leagues like this you usually get some really strange results as well, but again, I don't know who's good and who isn't. Into game week 3. Blyth Spartans versus AFC Telford United will be a 1-3. And a 0-0, a 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 1-1 and 4-0. So at the end of August we have Brackley adrift at the bottom and Farsley Celtic also down there. Blyth Spartans not too far ahead. York City leading the race with Fylde and Chorley just behind. Into September. Oh, we're not into September. We've got another fixture 2 days later. We're going to have 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-2, and 2-2. So now we have Fylde leading the race with Chorley and Gateshead just behind, York not too far off. Blyth Spartans dropped to bottom, Brackley up to 19th as we move into September. On the 4th we're going to have a 1-2 and a 0-2, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 5-0. Don't know, just feel like that'll be a 5-0. That is 5 fixtures played, York back at the top of the division. Into game number 6, Alfreton versus Telford will be 1-2 and 0-0, 3-0, 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-2, 2-3, 2-1 and 1-0. Into game week 7, 1-1, 1-2, 0-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 3-0 and 0-0. And that will be it for September. So at the end of September we have York leading the race on 15 points. There's not many points after 7 games, to be fair, to be top of the league with. Chesterfield and Gateshead all just behind on 14, with Telford, Chorley and Brackley taking up those final 3 spots in the playoffs. Blyth Spartans bottom, Farsley Celtic second bottom, and Leamington Spa, or Leamington just above, on 5 points in 20th. Into game week 8 and into October we're going to have 0-1, then 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-2, 1-1, 1-0, 2-1 and 4-1. Into the next fixture, 2-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1 and 1-3. Still in October on the 23rd, we're going to have a 2-2 draw and a 2-3, 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0 and 3-0. And then we are still in October with a 1-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 3-1 and 1-1. And then still in October once again for game week 12, we're going to have a 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-0, 4-2, 2-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1 and 1-0. So at the end of October we have played 12 fixtures and we have York City leading the race, followed by Fylde and Brackley. Fourth is Gateshead, fifth Chester, sixth Gursden, Ashton and Chorley FC in seventh. With Blyth Spartans adrift at the bottom of the league and Farsley Celtic just above them. Into game week 13, first fixture of November. We're going to go 1-0, first win for Blyth. 1-1, 1-2, 0-3, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-2, 3-0 and 3-0. Into the next fixture, 14. And the reason I'm not talking about teams too much is because I don't know much about them. 1-1, 1-0, 0-2, 1-2, 2-3, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, 1-3, 0-0 and 4-3. Big scoring game. Kidderminster Harriers. Kidderminster Harriers walking away with a 4-3 victory against AFC Telford. As we get into the next fixture, which is Telford versus Fylde, will be a 0-1 and 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1 and 3-1. On to the, yeah, that's the end of November, sorry. So 15 fixtures in. York and Fylde both joint on 33. 5 points ahead of third place Gateshead. Brackley, Chorley, Darlington and Hereford all up there. Blyth Spartans still 4 points behind. At the bottom, Farsley Celtic is still down there. Telford drop. Leamington up a little bit. Alfreton and Bradford Park Avenue not too far off of the bottom three. As we move into the next set of fixtures, we've got no idea how many teams get relegated from this division. I'm assuming just 2 go up. In fact, I already know, just 2 go up from the north and 2 from the south. So we have 3-1 Fylde, 1-1, 1-0, 2-0, 2-3, 1-1, 1-0, 0-2, 1-2, 2-0 and 1-2. Into game 17 will be a 2-2 and 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 3-0, 0-0, 1-2 and 0-2. Into game week 18 on Boxing Day, we're going to have 3-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-4, 0-2, 2-1, 1-0 and 0-0. Game week 19 is still in December, is 1-2, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-0, 0-0, 0-3, 1-2, 2-2, 2-1 and 1-0. And that will be it for December. So 19 games played, nearly halfway through the season. York and Fylde still joint on points, 10 points clear of third place Chorley, who are 2 points ahead of Brackley, Gateshead and Chester. Kidderminster Harriers Jumping into the top 7. It's a very close table from what we're getting. Blyth Spartans and Farsley Celtic are still bottom 2. Curzon Ashton were in the playoffs not long ago. They're now 19th. Into January in the new year. 1-3, 0-0, 2-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-0, 0-0, 1-0, 0-1, 1-2, and 2-2. Game 21, Fylde versus York is 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-0, 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-0, and 1-1. On to the 15th of January. We're halfway through the season now. Is 1-3, 0-3, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-0, 2-2, 2-0, 2-3, and 1-2. 22nd of January will be 2-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, and 1-0. Looks like a very bad January for York. And the final fixture of January, AFC Fylde versus Curzon Ashton, is 1-1 and 1-2, 0-2, 2-2, 5-0, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, and 1-1. So at the end of January, 24 fixtures played. York have had a very bad month. I don't know how many points they picked up, but it's not many. 2, I think it was. It's not many, is it? In like 5 fixtures. So Fylde are top by 11 points on 55, with York in second on 44. Brackley climbing to third on 42. Chester 40. Chorley 39. Gateshead 36. Kidderminster 36. Gloucester City on 35. Southport 35. Kettering and Darlington both on 34. Imagine Southport being in the North League. Southport just sounds like it should be South. I don't even know where it is. It might be great in Manchester. I don't even know, to be honest. Spennymoor Town on 32. Hereford 29. I swear Hereford's not in the North. Bradford Park Avenue 29. Guiseley 28. Alfreton 28. Telford 27. Curzon Ashton 25. Curzon Ashton, sorry, not Curzon. Farsley Celtic 25, Leamington 24, Boston 24, and Blyth Spartans adrift on 14. Into February, we have a 1-5, then a 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 3-0, 0-0, 1-0, and 2-1. Game 26, we'll see a 1-0, a 0-0, 0-1, 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-2, 2-3, 2-1, and 4-0. Game 27 is 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 2-0, 1-2, 1-1, 3-0, 0-1, 1-2, 1-2, and 1-2. A lot of 1-2s there. Game 28, still in Feb. How many games have we got left in Feb? 2. We are going to go 3-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 3-1, 1-0, and 0-0. And game 29 will be 2-2, 2-1, 1-4, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-2, 3-0, 3-1, 1-0, and 1-0. So that is the end of February. I can't even say it right. Blyth Spartans still bottom, 9 points behind anybody. Not too good for them. Leamington, Spa, Leamington, whatever. Boston United, Farsley Celtic, all down there. Curzon Ashton and Telford still down there too. Bradford Park Avenue catching up to the playoffs along with Alfreton and Gloucester. Kidderminster Harriers dropping to 14th. Chester and Darlington both dropping out of playoffs. Southport are up there. Gateshead, Kettering, Spennymoor Town up there. Chorley not far off the top 3. Brackley just inside on goal difference. York City on 56 in second and Fylde on 61, top of the league. As we move into the next fixture in March, first game in March, game 30, sees Fylde versus Bradford Park Avenue, 2-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-1, 1-2, 1-0, 1-0, 0-2, 1-2, and 2-0. Like I said at the start, I have no idea about this league, so if it seems like rush predictions, it's because even if I think about it, I still don't know if it's going to be correct or not. Because I don't know if I'm having teams like Kettering to beat Guiseley. I don't know if Guiseley are like the best team in the league and Kettering are the worst, and I'm just having a casual 2-0 home victory. I've got no idea on ability. 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-1, and 3-0. All I know is last season nobody was relegated or promoted from said divisions because of COVID. So that's the thing. I think their seasons North and South are both abandoned, if I'm correct. Fylde versus Alfreton will be a 2-1 and a 0-0, 0-2, 3-1, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, and 1-1. Game 33, still in March, will be 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, sugar, 1-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 3-0, 0-0, 2-1, and 4-2. How many in March left? Just one in March, so we move into game 34. 1-0, 0-0, 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, and 3-0. So after 34 fixtures, 8 fixtures remaining through April and May, we have Blyth Spartans on 23, Leamington 31, this is reading up from the bottom, 34 for Curzon Ashton, Boston on 37, Guiseley 39, Hereford 39, Farsley Celtic, whatever you call them, on 40, Telford United 41, Gloucester City 42, Alfreton Town 43, Kidminster Harriers 44, Darlington 45, Chester 46, Southport 47, Bradford 47. Well, there's literally like 1 point between 17-16, 16-15, 15-14, 14-13, so on for about 10 spaces. We go to Bradford Park Avenue, also 47. In playoffs, we have Kettering on 51, Gateshead 54, Spennymoor Town 56, Chorley 60, Brackley Town 61, Fylde 68, and York City at the top on superior goal difference, also on 68. Into April, we have a 1-0, 0-2, 1-2, 3-0, 3-1, pardon me, 1-1, 1-0, 2-3, 2-0, 2-1, and 1-0. Pardon me. Game 36 on the 9th is 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 0-1, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, 2-1, and 4-0. Game 37 on the 15th, 1-1, 1-0, 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-3, 0-3, and 1-0. Game 38, 1-1, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 0-3, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 0-1, and 2-1. Game 39, still in April, is 1-1, 1-0, 2-1, 4-1, 1-2, 0-2, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, and 5-0. I'm going to make it 5-2. I've got a feeling about that one. Game 40 is the last game of April. Yeah, just making sure. 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 1-1, 1-0, 0-1, 1-0, 2-1, 1-2, 3-0 and 0-2. So at the end of April, Brackley Town are now at the top of the division on 77. York in second on 76, Fylde 76, Chorley are up there as well, 74. 2 games remaining, any of those 4 could still win the league. Spennymoor Town 68, Gateshead 65, Bradford Park Avenue on 57, Kettering 55, Kidderminster Harriers 54, Chester 54, Southport 53, Gloucester City 52, Telford 51, Hereford 50, Farsley Celtic 50, Alfreton Town 48, Darlington 48, Boston United 47, Guiseley 43, Curzon Ashton 37, Leamington Spa 37, and Blythe Spartans 29. I believe 2 teams get relegated, but I might be lying, I don't know for certain. Into May, and the last 2 games are going to be 1-1, 1-0, 1-2, 1-0, 0-0, 1-2, 2-3, 2-2, 2-0, 1-0 and 1-1. As we move into the final game of the season, 4-0, 0-1, 1-1, 1-2, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 0-0, 3-0, 1-2 and 1-2. So there is your final table, as York City sits in top of the division on 80. Fylde on 80 and Chorley also on 80, all 3 teams on 80. Only goal difference separating them, and the fact that Fylde have scored more goals than Chorley means that they finished second instead of Chorley. Brackley just lost it in the end, taking 1 point from their final 3 games and finished on 78. Spennymoor Town 71, Gateshead 66 and Bradford Park Avenue 63. Kettering just outside of the playoffs on 58 with Chester 57, Gloucester 55, Telford 54, Kidderminster 54, Farsley Celtic 54, Southport 53, Hereford 52, Darlington 52, Boston United 50, Alfreton 49, Guiseley 44, Curzon Ashton 41, Leamington 40, and Blythe Spartans at the bottom on 30. So there is your National League North table. My National League South table will also be out around the same time as the National League North, sometime in the next week of recording this. At the minute it is the 5th of April. So I will catch you all then. Thank you for watching and have a good day.